Hello everyone, this is Halloween Hunter here, and today we have yet again another unboxing for the channel. Today we have is the Lowe's Home Improvements 2024 Halloween Bluetooth Reaper with a guitar. Now I must clarify real quickly, before I start any of this, I actually want to say this video is in with a partnership with Lowe's Home Improvement. They actually went ahead and sent me this item for free to go ahead and review for you guys. And even though this is kind of a partnership video, this video is going to be containing all of my opinions. But right here we have is the Bluetooth Reaper with guitar. There's kind of a funny story with this, but basically back a few weeks ago, Lowe's kind of gave me the option to choose a few animatronics from a certain list. And I chose the keyboard Reaper and the Reaper Singer. Now, if you saw it earlier on my channel, at least earlier in the uploads, I actually did get the keyboard Reaper. I already have a video on my channel up right now with that guy. If you want to check that out, I recommend watching that video as well. But I was not supposed to receive the guitar Reaper. I was supposed to receive the Reaper Singer. And I guess unfortunately there must have been some mix-up or misunderstanding, because I actually have the guitar Reaper instead of the Singer, which to me is definitely not as good. I was a little sad when I saw this wasn't the Singer. However, there might be a way to fix that. I'm not sure. For now, I just have the guitar Reaper here instead of the Singer, which is, even though it's not as good, it's still kind of cool. Now, the Bluetooth Reaper with guitar came out last year along with the drummer, and this guy came back this year. However, they kind of changed him up a bit. From what I've heard, the quality seems to be better. Eyes now lit up red instead of blue. And he also has a new guitar mold. So the guitar now looks more like a Halloween guitar versus like the more like traditional guitar the original one held. So technically a different prop, but it's kind of like just a returning prop. So that's also partially why it's not as exciting, just because we've already seen it. But regardless, not a huge deal. Let's go ahead now and unbox this thing. Let's finally get this guy opened up. And this, along with the keyboard Reaper, are both samples, so I'm not really sure how much different they are from the release models. So opening that up, and now we're going to go ahead and slide them out. First off though, we have the instructions right here, as well as the push tab and the batteries right here. Alright, that was definitely not an easy box to slide out. It like kind of broke apart, but that's fine. Let's go ahead first and undo all of the twist ties in the back of the box. There is a ton of these. Alright, so finally undoing all of that, let's go ahead now and finally start pulling out some pieces. First part we have here is the new guitar right here. Pretty cool design. It's kind of like got a winged bat design, as well as the rest of the guitar right here. Right here seems to be the control box. Got to cut that box real quickly. Yep, so right here we have the control box. Opening this up, let's see. We have the body of the Reaper right here. Right here we have a hip loop, as well as the base. We have some holes right here, and the last but not least, we have the adapter in here. Yeah, that's pretty much all the parts for the guitar Reaper. Let's go ahead now and begin that setup. Now, just in case if you did not know, this guy, along with the whole Lowe's Halloween lineup from this current launch, all the links for that will be left down below in the description or the pinned comment of this video, as these links are actually my affiliate links. If you're planning to buy anything from Lowe's, whether it be this prop right here, the Bluetooth Guitar Reaper, or any of the other Lowe's Halloween props that I've currently just dropped, buying those from my links will really help me out, will help Lowe's out, and just in general will help the entire haunt community out. So I appreciate if you're going to be buying any of these props to buy it from the links that I have down below. So again, if you want to get any of these items, go ahead and check the pinned comment and the description for all the props from Lowe's this year if you want to go ahead and buy any that are currently for sale. But anyways, of course, we'll first go ahead and take the base of the Guitar Reaper and then go ahead and snap lock these two poles onto the base. Make sure they are labeling A to A on each side. Then we will take the next set of poles and make sure they are labeling now B to B and snap lock them in. Next, we'll go ahead and take the body with the control box and connect that to the poles now. labeling C to C. I'm gonna go ahead now and plug in the adapter into the adapter jack and let that wire run right down. Then I'll go ahead now and take the hip loop and actually connect that to the very back of the body pole. Make sure that it is facing backwards. Then I'll go ahead and take the body of the Reaper and put that over the pole and snap lock that in. Then I'll go ahead and connect the two wires from the body to the control box. First one labeling J to J and the second one labeling I to I. Then go ahead and pose the Reaper's arms. Take the top part of the guitar with his hand and connect that to his arm and snap lock that in. Then take the clothing and make sure that the hole in the middle of the suit goes through this hole in the middle, and then go ahead and connect the guitar to that, labeling E to E, and snap lock that into place. Then take this arm and snap lock it into the hand, labeling H to H. Make sure that both Velcros are connected to each side of the hand. Then go ahead and connect both ends of the guitar by going ahead and putting it in place and pressing that in together. So let's say you want to go ahead and use the Bluetooth Reapers together as the demo mode. This also can work for the Bluetooth mode. Basically, what you want to go ahead and do is, for example, you want to have maybe, let's say, the keyboard Reaper as the leader. You'll go ahead and actually switch it to the on mode. I know there is a leader section, but that's for Bluetooth. If you're doing Bluetooth, you'll switch it to the Bluetooth section. But if you're doing just the regular demo, turn it on the on mode. Make sure there's no input on this guy, and plug this guy in as an output. This should already be automatically plugged in when you first get these ones, but the keyboard Reaper I'll have as the output, and basically I'll have them plugged in into the guitar Reaper over here as an input, and also have the guitar Reaper as a follower. There is a switch for the follower here, the very first switch over here, the follower. And basically the point of this is that the leader should only have an output on him. He should never have an input on him. That's because when you plug it into like a follower, like the guitar Reaper, he can be an output for any other Reaper. So let's say you want to have the drum Reaper with these guys as well, or the singer. You would go ahead and actually take the output plug on the guitar Reaper and plug it into the input section on one of those two. And basically the whole trend is that they can be plugged in and out both as inputs and outputs, so that you have a continuous trend of Reapers plugged in. However, the only one that should only have an output plugged in and not an input is your leader Reaper. For example, here I have it as a keyboard Reaper again. And if you want to do it, let's say you want to have the guitar Reaper as your leader, you would go ahead and do the same thing, just vice versa. Have him be the leader, have him be a follower. Make sure he has no inputs and only has an output, and then he can have both the input and output. I know it's kind of confusing, but basically followers should have an input plug and maybe an output if you're going to have another Reaper plugged into him. And then the leader should only have an output plugged into him. As he's only the leader, he's not going to have anything else plugged into him. I know, kind of confusing there, but that is probably the best way to explain it in a very short runtime. Once you're done with that, go ahead and do any other adjustments to the character, and you're pretty much good to go. Go ahead and plug them in or use included batteries, and that is pretty much how you put together the Lowe's Halloween 2024 Bluetooth Guitar Reaper. Let's go ahead now and roll that demo.
I love Halloween. Put another tree to the tree bag, baby. I love Halloween. Come on, it's your time to dance with me. Ow! You better fear the Reaper. I saw you standing there in the graveyard scene. Must have been around Halloween, and I knew you'd soon be mine until the end of time. I could tell it wouldn't be long till you were with me, yeah, me, singing, I love Halloween. Put another treat in the treat bag, baby. I love Halloween. Come on, it's your time to dance with me.
So if you are going to be using the Bluetooth Reapers with the Bluetooth, for example like this, these two are hooked together. So if you are planning to have the Bluetooth Guitar Reaper in the Bluetooth section, make sure that he is switched over to the Bluetooth section. I'm going to go ahead in my Bluetooth settings, and you will see in the Bluetooth settings that there is actually an option for the Reaper band. So you go ahead and click on that. Make sure they are both plugged in, and basically all you have to do next is go ahead and choose any song, music, or sound that you want to have the Reapers play to. go ahead and click on that, and then pretty much go ahead and start bobbing out to that. So I'm gonna go ahead now and show a demo of the Bluetooth Guitar Reaper with the Bluetooth on. So there you saw was the Bluetooth Reaper guitar player, and this guy overall I think is a pretty cool one. There isn't really a lot to him, I will say, compared to the other ones like the singer or the keyboardist, because for this guy, all he does is bob his head up and down, which isn't really bad, but when compared to the singer or the keyboardist, they have extra movement with their arms. So this guy isn't as cool as them per se, or even the drummer too has movement with the arms. This guy just kind of only bobs his head, which isn't bad, but I will say I would have loved if this guy went ahead and actually stringed the guitar. That definitely would have helped a lot with this character because, again, don't get me wrong, the animation for the head is fine. I think he looks pretty cool. He is pretty generic. I mean, he is mostly just this black cloth, but his face is really good, and I do like the guitar a lot, but I just wish he strung the actual guitar on it. I think that definitely would have helped a lot, especially since these other members actually play their instrument. This guy just kind of bobs up and down with his instrument, but I don't want to say that's bad. This guy overall seems to work really well. Again, the detail is pretty simple, but I think it's done fine. I like how he looks, especially with the other band members. He looks really good, and he seems to be built a lot better than last year's model, which I will say this one definitely looks and is built a lot better than last year's model. I don't have that one, but I've just heard good things about this one. However, this one is $30 more than the original. This one retailing for $230, which definitely a bit steep. He is the cheapest of the band members though, so if you just want the cheapest one, I mean, he's obviously the only option you really have. But I will say, for what he is, he's pretty cool. I just wish he strung the guitar. And if you're looking to buy him, I do definitely recommend him. I think definitely if you're getting any of the band members, especially getting the whole set. Another weird issue I have with him is it's not really an issue with the prop, more of the production with this character. Last year's Bluetooth Guitar Reaper had a different molded guitar and different LED eyes. This guy is different because it does glow with red LEDs. However, an early prototype was originally revealed for this guy, and he actually had a green guitar, not a red. And I think that definitely would have made it a lot better, because if you have the last year model and you bought this one with the green guitar, I think that would have definitely differentiated them enough to where you could have probably both of the band members in your collection. But regardless, I don't want to seem like I'm hating this character. I think he's really awesome. That bobbing head animation is great. His audio sounds really good. He's really loud too. So like, again, this is such an awesome piece. And if you are looking to buy any of the Bluetooth Reapers, I definitely think he's solid enough to where you can buy him. With that being said, that will pretty much wrap up my video on the Lowe's Home Improvements 2024 Bluetooth Guitar Reaper. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next Halloween video.